Hello, hello. Welcome back to our learning adventure. I am so excited to share today's story with you. Let's learn, practice, and grow our English together. Let's go!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English for Beginners. I'm Tom. In our last masterclass, we learned how to stop translating in our heads and start building natural English habits. Today, we are opening a brand new lesson to expand your daily vocabulary and master how to make polite requests without feeling nervous. If you want to build real, practical fluency step by step, hit that subscribe button below and join our growing community. Let's jump straight into part 1 of our new lesson, slowly and clearly. Let me tell you a short story about my neighbor, Lisa. Yesterday morning, Lisa went to a local coffee shop before heading to work. She wanted to ask the barista for a small favor. She wanted a cup of coffee, but she also wanted extra hot water on the side. When it was her turn to speak, Lisa felt nervous. She translated her thoughts directly from her native language and said bluntly, "Give me hot water now." The barista looked surprised and handed her the cup without a smile. Lisa walked away feeling embarrassed. She realized her words sounded like a harsh demand instead of a polite request. Have you ever felt that way? You know what you want to ask for, but rigid phrases make you sound rude or demanding. Today, we are going to fix that completely.
Instead of memorizing a boring grammar rule, let us look at 2 different ways Lisa could ask for that hot water. Look at option A. Give me hot water. Now look at option B. Could you possibly give me a little extra hot water? Here is a quick question for you right now. Which option feels softer? Which option feels more polite? And which option creates a friendly connection? Take a second. Think about it. Exactly. It is option B. Now, let us look closely at why option B works so well. We did not use a direct command verb. Instead, we used a modal auxiliary verb, could, combined with a softening adverb, possibly. What is the hidden pattern here? When native speakers want to ask for a favor in daily life, they use polite framing words like could or would, turning a sharp command into a smooth, comfortable request. Let us do a quick mental shift right now. I want you to stop translating from your native language. Zero translation. Imagine you are sitting in a restaurant and you need to ask the waiter for the menu. In the old habit, your brain translates word by word. That slows you down. Instead, I want you to look at the table in your mind right now. Let the direct English thought pop up instantly. Could we get the menu, please? When you practice thinking in direct English chunks like that, your speaking speed doubles without any stress.
Because Lisa learned how to handle daily situations smoothly, she uses specific conversational chunks instead of translating word for word. Let us learn 3 new natural expressions that people use every single day. To run out of something. This means to finish your supply of something so that none is left. Listen to the example. We need to go to the grocery store because we ran out of milk. To keep an eye on something. This means to watch or monitor something carefully for a short time. Listen to the example. Could you keep an eye on my bag while I grab my coffee? To make a choice. This means to select one option after thinking about different possibilities. Listen to the example. Take your time to look at the options before you make a choice. Notice how we do not memorize these words in isolation. We use them when supplies are gone, when we ask for a favor, or when we make decisions. One of the biggest frustrations for language learners is understanding fast speech. Why do native speakers sound like they smash words together? It is called connected speech. Look at this simple phrase written on paper. Cup of coffee. That is 3 separate words.
Now, listen to how a native speaker actually says it quickly in real life. Cup of coffee. Let me say it slowly for you, then fast. Slow. Cup of coffee. Fast. Cup of coffee. The consonant sounds link right into the preposition, like puzzle pieces. Train your ears to listen for these smooth sound blocks instead of searching for isolated words.
Now it is your turn to move your mouth. Do not just listen silently. Speak out loud with me right now at a calm and steady pace. Imagine you are ordering a drink at a cafe. Use our polite modal structure that we discovered earlier. Say this sentence out loud with me, slowly and clearly. Could you please give me a cup of tea? Let us try it one more time together. Could you please give me a cup of tea? That sounded wonderful. Notice how smooth and natural that feels on your tongue? Before we do our final review, let us fix a classic trap. This happens when people translate words directly from their native language. The trap? Saying, I am agree with your idea, or she is agree with the plan. Why is it wrong? In many languages, the equivalent of agree behaves like an adjective, so learners put the verb to be, am or is, in front of it. But in English, agree is a full action verb. The correct fix? Never use am or is with agree. Just say, I agree with your idea. Say it correctly out loud right now. I agree with your idea. Never use the verb to be before agree, ever again.
Today, we mastered how to make polite requests using modal verbs. We unlocked 3 daily vocabulary chunks: run out of, keep an eye on, make a choice. We practiced connected listening, and we fixed the I agree grammar trap. Here is your homework for today. Write down one polite request using could you please, something that you can actually use tomorrow. Then say it out loud 3 times slowly. In part 1, we learned how to make polite requests using modal verbs like could, and we fixed our grammar trap with the word agree. If you missed part 1, feel free to review it anytime. But right now, we are moving directly into part 2. Today, we are taking those skills and applying them to how we handle simple daily problems, talk about unexpected events, and keep our conversations flowing smoothly. Let me share another short story with you. This is about my friend Danielle. Last Wednesday, Danielle woke up late because his alarm clock did not ring. He had to rush to catch his train to work, but when he stepped outside, it started pouring rain, and he realized he forgot his umbrella. Danielle felt stressed. When he finally arrived at his office, his coworker asked him what happened. Because Danielle was flustered, he tried to translate his native language word for word, and he said, "My morning was very bad. I sleep more, and water comes from sky." His coworker looked confused and smiled kindly. Danielle realized a valuable lesson that morning. When you talk about daily problems or unexpected events, you need clear, natural expressions that describe the situation easily without stressful word-for-word translation. Instead of translating chaotic words from your native language, let us look at 2 different ways Daniel could describe his morning. Look at option A. My morning was bad. I woke up late and it rained. Now, look at option B. To be honest, I overslept this morning, and to make matters worse, it started raining heavily. Here is a quick question for you right now. Which option sounds more natural, expressive, and like a real story? Take a second. Think about it. Exactly. It is option B. Now, look closely at why option B works so well.
Instead of basic sentences, we used a conversational transitional chunk to make matters worse. What is the hidden pattern here? When native speakers talk about multiple problems happening at the same time, they use connecting phrases to link the events smoothly, giving their speech a natural, storytelling rhythm. Let us do another quick mental shift right now. Zero translation. Imagine you are driving or taking the bus, and suddenly your car gets a flat tire. And it starts raining too. Instead of translating word by word, let the direct English thought form instantly in your mind. My tire went flat, and to make matters worse, it started to rain. Practice letting that natural phrase form in your head as a single smooth block.
Because Daniel learned how to describe situations smoothly, he also learned 3 new high-frequency expressions for daily communication. To overslept. This means to sleep longer than you intended and miss your usual waking time. Listen to the example. I stayed up too late watching a movie, so I overslept this morning. To catch up on something. This means to spend time doing something you missed or delayed. Listen to the example. I need to spend this evening catching up on my emails. To turn out. This means how a situation develops or ends up in the end. Listen to the example. Don't worry about the presentation. Everything will turn out fine. Notice how these expressions make your English sound natural, warm, and conversational. Let us train our ears once more with connected speech. Look at this simple phrase written on paper. Turn out. That is 2 separate words. Now, listen to how a native speaker actually says it quickly in daily conversation. Turn out. Let me say it slowly for you, then fast. Slow. Turn out. Fast. Turn out. The consonant sound at the end of the first word links right into the vowel of the second word. Listen for these linked sound blocks.
Now it is your turn to move your mouth. Speak out loud with me right now at a calm, steady pace. Imagine telling a friend that you woke up late today. Use our word overslept. Say this sentence out loud with me, slowly and clearly. I am sorry I am late. I overslept this morning. Let us try it one more time together. I am sorry I am late. I overslept this morning. Fantastic job. Before we finish part 2, let us fix another classic trap. The trap, saying, I am late from work, or she is late from the meeting. Why is it wrong? In many languages, learners translate prepositions directly using from after late. But in English grammar, the correct preposition is for. The correct fix, always use for when talking about being late to an event or place. Say it correctly out loud right now. I am late for work. Never use late from ever again. In part 2, we mastered how to describe unexpected situations using smooth connectors, unlocked 3 daily vocabulary chunks, practiced connected speech, and fixed the late for grammar trap. When you are ready for part 3, just let me know, and we will keep building your English masterclass step by step. Welcome back to English for Beginners. In part 2, we learned how to describe unexpected daily problems using smooth transition phrases, and we fixed our grammar trap with the phrase late for. If you missed part 2, feel free to review it anytime. But right now, we are moving directly into part 3. Today, we are going to look at how we communicate in a workplace or study environment, share our opinions clearly, and handle feedback without hesitation. Let me tell you a quick story about my colleague Emma. Last Thursday, Emma attended a team meeting where everyone was discussing a new project plan. Emma had a great idea to make the project faster, but she felt nervous about sharing it. When her manager asked for feedback, Emma wanted to speak up, but she translated her native language directly and said bluntly, "Your plan has a big mistake. You must change it." The room went completely quiet.
Emma's tone sounded harsh and critical, even though she only wanted to help. Emma learned an important lesson that day. When you share feedback or opinions at work, how you phrase your thoughts makes all the difference between sounding rude and sounding professional.
Instead of sounding harsh or using rigid textbook rules, let us look at two different ways Emma could share her thoughts. Look at option A. This plan is wrong. Now look at option B. From my perspective, we might want to consider adjusting this part of the plan. Here is a quick question for you right now. Which option sounds more professional, constructive, and friendly? Take a second. Exactly. It is option B. Now, look closely at why option B works so well. Instead of attacking the plan directly, we used a softening opinion frame, from my perspective, combined with our polite modal grammar that we learned earlier. What is the hidden pattern here? When native speakers want to share constructive feedback or opinions, they cushion their ideas with polite opening phrases, so everyone feels respected and open to discussion. Let us do another quick mental shift right now. Zero translation. Imagine your coworker asks for your thoughts on a new design or layout. Instead of translating word by word, let the direct English thought form instantly in your mind. I think this looks great, but maybe we can change the color. Practice letting that natural sentence form in your head as a single, smooth block.
Because Emma learned how to express her opinions smoothly, she also picked up 3 new high-frequency workplace expressions. To point out. This means to draw attention to a specific detail, fact, or error. Listen to the example. Thank you for pointing out that mistake in the report before we printed it. To come up with. This means to think of or produce a new idea, plan, or solution. Listen to the example. We need to come up with a better solution for our schedule next week. To go over something. This means to review or check something carefully from start to finish. Listen to the example. Let us go over the details one more time to make sure everything is correct. Notice how these everyday chunks make your professional communication sound natural and fluent. Let us train our ears once more with connected speech. Look at this simple phrase written on paper. Point out. That is 2 separate words. Now listen to how a native speaker actually says it quickly in daily conversation. Point out. Let me say it slowly for you, then fast. Slow. Point out. Fast. Point out. The consonant sound at the end of the first word links smoothly into the vowel of the second word. Listen for these linked sound blocks when you listen to native speakers.
Now it is your turn to move your mouth. Speak out loud with me right now at a calm, steady pace. Imagine reviewing a document with a colleague. Use our phrase, go over. Say this sentence out loud with me, slowly and clearly. Could we go over this document together this afternoon? Let us try it one more time together. Could we go over this document together this afternoon? That sounded fantastic! Before we finish part 3, let us fix another classic trap. The trap? Saying, depend of me, or it depends from the price. Why is it wrong? In many languages, learners use prepositions like of or from after depend. But as we learned in our previous masterclass, the verb depend always requires one specific preposition. The correct fix? Always use on. Say it correctly out loud right now. It depends on the situation. Never use depend of or depend from ever again. In part 3, we mastered how to share workplace opinions smoothly, unlocked 3 daily vocabulary chunks, point out, come up with, go over, practiced connected speech, and reinforced the depends on grammar rule.
When you are ready for part 4, just let me know and we will continue our masterclass.
Welcome back to English for Beginners. In part 3, we mastered how to share workplace opinions smoothly, used chunks like come up with and go over, and reinforced our golden rule with depends on. If you missed part 3, you can catch up anytime. But right now, we are moving directly into part 4, which is our final core section for this masterclass lesson. Today, we are going to look at how to handle social conversations comfortably, talk about future plans without stress, and review everything we have built so far into one complete natural habit. Let me tell you one final story about my friend Sophia. Last Friday evening, Sophia met a group of international friends at a local community event. Everyone was talking about their plans for the upcoming summer holidays. Sophia wanted to join the conversation and share her travel plans, but she felt a bit nervous about making a grammar mistake. She almost stayed quiet, but then she remembered our core rule, 0 translation. Instead, she took a calm, deep breath and said simply, "I am planning to visit my family and explore the mountains next month." Her friend smiled warmly and said, "That sounds like an amazing trip." Sophia realized something very important that evening. You do not need complex, complicated grammar to connect with people. You just need clear, natural expressions and the confidence to speak.
Instead of overthinking difficult textbook rules, let us look at 2 different ways to talk about future plans in a real conversation. Look at option A. I go to visit my family next month. Now look at option B. I am planning to visit my family next month. Here is a quick question for you right now. Which option sounds more natural, complete, and correct for daily communication? Take a second. Think about it. Exactly. It is option B. Now, look closely at why option B works so well. Instead of just using a simple present verb, we used a continuous framing structure combined with an infinitive action. Am planning to. What is the hidden pattern here? When native speakers talk about upcoming personal intentions or arrangements, they use progressive framing chunks to give their speech a natural, flowing rhythm. Let us do our final mental shift exercise right now. 0 translation. Imagine someone asks you what you want to do this coming weekend. Instead of translating word by word from your native language, let the direct English thought form instantly in your mind. I am planning to stay home and relax on Saturday. Practice letting that natural sentence form in your head as a single smooth block.
Because Sophia learned how to express her plans smoothly, she also picked up 3 final high-frequency conversational expressions. To plan on doing something. This means to have a definite intention to do something in the future. Listen to the example. We plan on starting the new project early Monday morning. To keep in touch. This means to stay connected with someone through messages or calls after you part ways. Listen to the example. It was wonderful seeing you today. Let us definitely keep in touch. To make up one's mind. This means to finally make a firm decision after thinking about options. Listen to the example. Take your time, but let me know when you make up your mind. Notice how these everyday chunks make your speech sound completely natural and fluid. Let us train our ears one last time with connected speech. Look at this simple phrase written on paper. Plan on doing. That is 3 separate words. Now, listen to how a native speaker actually says it quickly in daily life. Plan on doing. Let me say it slowly for you, then fast. Slow. Plan on doing. Fast. Plan on doing. The consonant sounds link smoothly into the prepositions.
Keep listening for these natural sound bridges every time you listen to English.
Now it is your turn to move your mouth one more time. Speak out loud with me right now at a calm, steady pace. Imagine telling a friend your intention for the weekend. Use our phrase, plan on. Say this sentence out loud with me slowly and clearly. I plan on visiting my friends this weekend. Let us try it one more time together. I plan on visiting my friends this weekend. That sounded fantastic. Before we complete our masterclass, let us fix one final classic trap. The trap saying, discuss about this issue, or we discussed about the project. Why is it wrong? In many languages, learners add a preposition like about after the verb discuss. But in English grammar, the verb discuss already contains that meaning inside it. You never add about after it. The correct fix? Drop the word about completely. Just say, let us discuss this issue. Say it out loud right now. Let us discuss this issue. Perfect. Look at everything we achieved across this comprehensive lesson. We learned how to make polite requests with modal verbs, describe unexpected situations, share workplace opinions, express future plans, train our ears with connected speech, and fix critical grammar traps without a single boring lecture. Here is your final homework assignment. Write down 3 sentences using the new vocabulary chunks we learned today. Plan on, keep in touch, and make up one's mind. And say them out loud 3 times slowly. Thank you so much for joining me through this complete learning experience on English for Beginners. Keep practicing every single day, trust your progress, and I will see you in our next masterclass lesson.
If you had fun learning with me, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so we can keep practicing together. And hey, don't leave me hanging. Drop your answers in the comments below. I can't wait to read them. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.